I want to share something that took me a long time to understand about my family. For years, I believed that because siblings grow up in the same house, we must all share the same story. We had the same parents, we lived behind the same four walls, we had the same memories. But healing has a way of revealing things we didn't see before. And one realization humbled me more than I ever expected. We didn't just grow up in the same house, we grew up under the same roof, but inside, very different realities. When I started reflecting on my own family, I began seeing how differently each of us carried our childhood. Each of my siblings responded in their own way. One carried distance, while another might have carried anger. My sister carried responsibilities much earlier than she should have, and my younger brother experienced a version of our home that looked completely different from the one the rest of us had remembered. For a long time, I interpreted their reactions through my perspective. I measured their behavior against what I expected from them growing up. But over time, I started realizing something important. Their responses weren't random. They were shaped by what they had been carrying too. Ownership forced me to confront those things. I had never fully considered them. My pain was real, but it wasn't the only pain in the room. For years, I had been telling our story through my lens, and without realizing it, I had minimized wounds that didn't look like mine. Shared history does not always mean shared experience. Growing up in the same house does not mean we were shaped the same way. When I began thinking about family dynamics more honestly, the story of Joseph came to mind. Joseph and his brothers all grew up in the same family, but they didn't experience the family the same way. Scripture tells us that Joseph was favored by his father. And even though that love was genuine, the imbalance created tension within the same home. Over time, comparison turned into jealousy. Jealousy turned into betrayal. And the fracture inside that family ran deep. God eventually redeemed that story. But redemption didn't erase the years of pain that unfolded between all of those brothers. And the story confronted me in such a real way, because love can exist inside a family and still leave wounds when it is unevenly experienced. Pain inside a family rarely distributes evenly. It settles differently in each child. It presses differently on each personality. And sometimes what looks like rebellion, anger, or distance is actually someone trying to survive the weight they were carrying. One of the most humbling parts of healing is realizing that the people we grew up with were also navigating that same storm in their own way. Same house, different wounds, and sometimes healing begins when we finally learn to see that. Before we go, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And thank you for trusting us enough to step in this process with you. From all of us at Trauma Uncovered, we're very grateful that you've joined us, and we're honored to be able to walk this journey with you. If this space has already felt meaningful to you, we'd love for you to stay connected. You can subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming segments, and you can follow us on all of our social media pages. All of the links are in the description and comments below. We will be sharing encouragement scriptures, the reflection questions from this week, and details about our live conversations there. We hope to see you soon.